Alright, I'm working on the sway bars now. Starting on the front first is very easy. Just take the bottom bolt off of the end link, 16 mil, and then remove both of those first from both sides, and then you just remove these the mount bolts, the bracket bolts to the body. So those are, I believe, 13 mil. Then it just comes right down. Super easy. There's the bar. Comes off real easy. That wasn't even 5 minutes. Just 6 bolts and that's it. The rear is the same thing, but let me show you a problem I ran into to make it not so easy. See the rear bar, same thing. 6 bolts, 2 for the bracket, 1 to the sway bar. The problem I'm having back here is when I loosen the bolt, when I start to back it out, it hits the shock body. So I'm gonna either have to remove the bottom shock or maybe the whole shock to get that bolt out. Hopefully I won't. And then take it out like that. Or I might try to see if I can just loosen this bottom bolt so I'd be able to move it out some to be able to get that bolt out and do it like that, so I don't have to go through all the trouble of removing the shock and everything. But I'll check that out. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I was supposed to have been off of work all week, but of course they called me today to come in to work tomorrow, so it might just be tomorrow that I might be off the rest of the week. And then another thing is the sway bars. I ordered the Hotchkis sway bars. They were supposed to show up today, but through FedEx, and usually I would get my orders from FedEx like early in the morning, but it didn't show up, so that kind of told me right there that there was going to be some delay. So I've been checking the app, and all day it was saying, oh, it's going to be delivered by the end of the day, by 9 p.m. But I checked a little while ago and it said pending. So usually that means that it got out here, and long story short, it's probably going to show up tomorrow. So I'm trying to get everything off today so I don't, so when I get off of work tomorrow or the next day, I could just put everything back in and go from there. You see, I had to take the mufflers off to get to to have room to get the sway bars, because that's it over there. So those 2 rear pipes go under the sway bar, so I had to take them off to be able to get the sway bar out. And also, I just did the JXB carrier mount today, the performance carrier mount today. So I had to take the exhaust down anyway. So it's all good. I got that done, and I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I'll have it done tomorrow or early the next day, depending on how work and everything goes. I also went ahead and removed some of the air ride stuff. I removed the pump a while back, but there was a shield, and when I took it off, I was surprised at how heavy it was. And then there was also the air line distributor box, and there was a bracket for that too, so that was a couple pounds right there. And I might remove the rear mufflers to have a little bit more weight off of the car. And I was checking on the C6 subframes, because you can see the Allroads are steel. The C6 and the RS6 subframes are aluminum, so they're lighter. The front won't fit because it's wider, but I was looking at it, and I don't know if you see those brackets. I'll go up to the front in a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. But the rear, when I read up on it, everything is exactly the same. It's just aluminum and it's lighter. But I think it's just gonna save me like 20 pounds or something like that. It's like 20 pounds lighter. Not sure. Could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, I'm not sure. But that's what everyone seems to say online. But this is the front subframe. And you can see this right here. This is the part where it's wider. And the lighting's bad, but you see this bracket right here connects to the subframe. So the C6 R6 subframe is wider, comes out this way. So that changes the geometry of the arms and all that and everything. So it's probably not worth even trying to do it. So I did some other stuff when I went stage 3 and went catless and took some got rid of some of the emission stuff, and that saved me some weight right there. I think it was like 80 pounds or something like that. It might have been a little more once I got everything off. And then I could have a aftermarket exhaust. The aftermarket exhaust was a little bit lighter than stock. But what I'm thinking about doing is getting rid of these 2 rear mufflers, because this system is like super quiet. I mean, it's like just barely a little bit louder than stock. So when I had it off today, what I did was I started the car up to see how it sounded, and it wasn't too loud at all because the center resonator is still on. So what I might do is put the mufflers back on, go to a shop and have the rear mufflers cut off and ride around with it to see how it sounds. I got in the car today, revved it up, and even from right there, you could hear it, but it wasn't like super loud. It wasn't really droney in the car. So with the tips coming all the way, with everything coming all the way back here, it should be even quieter in the car. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't even really loud out, you know, just wasn't loud, period. So I might run like that, and that'll probably save me another, these are probably like 10 pounds each, so maybe 20 pounds, they're like 5 or 10 pounds each for the mufflers. So probably save me another like 10, 15, 20, maybe 20 pounds off of the rear. And then I'm gonna take the spare out. I don't know how much the spare weighs. I'm gonna weigh everything later to see how much weight I'm gonna save, and then go from there. Then of course later on I'll go over the car again and see where else I can shave weight. Of course, rotors, lighter weight wheels, stuff like that. This rear bench is heavy. It's super heavy. See, I got a lot of stuff in the car right here, some seats for my TT. But the rear bench is heavy. I'm thinking it's because it's got this piece right here for this screen to go across the back, but it's heavy, and I'm thinking maybe it also acts as like a structural stress bar for the rear too. I'm not sure, but it is heavy. So like if I have a race, I would probably take that, maybe the passenger seat out, and probably save a lot of weight. Maybe the 2 rear door panels or something like that also. So like if I ever went to a competition or anything like that. But that's about it for today. I'm gonna start cleaning up, get ready for work, and hopefully the bars will show up early tomorrow, so they're here by the time I get off of work. And just go from there, get everything in, take it out for a ride, see how everything feels. And I got a few things I need to put on the motor too. I'll probably shoot another video for that later. But that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in, and give a like, follow, and subscribe. Give me some suggestions if you guys want to see anything like that. I hadn't posted a video in a while because of work. I stay in California, and I got called last minute to go to Colorado for a few months. So that's why I haven't posted in a while. And I might even be going to San Diego, but that means I could come back on the weekends and do stuff. So I should start posting more videos, but give me a like, follow, subscribe, helps with the channel. And I would like to start getting some feedback from you guys about ideas and stuff that I could do better, stuff like that. So just let me know. Thanks. See you guys later. All right, I was able to find a way to get the bar off without having to remove the shock and all that. What I did was I removed the mounts that hold the bar to the body, and what that did is it's let me slide these end links back. So now you see right here, the bolt is past the shock. It'll pull all the way out on both sides. So just want to show you guys that for anybody who's looking into doing this. Is an easy way to do it. So turned out to be as easy as the front. So super easy sway bar change on the Allroad. I'm still waiting on FedEx to show up with the bars though. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime is you can see I have a lot of oil and stuff all over the gun. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is just pressure wash everything. I did contact FedEx about the bars getting to me. So what I'm going to do is pressure wash everything, and they're supposed to be getting back to me. Hopefully they'll show up today, and I'll have the bars so I can get everything back together. The Hotchkis sway bars finally showed up 2 days later. They just showed up today, not too long ago. You can see the difference that the new ones are a lot bigger than the old ones. I think the front rate increase is like 60%, and the rear is 98% on the first setting here. Then when you put it on the harder setting, which would be the inside, this is the softer, this would be harder. And that one is like 132%, which is a lot, but this car needs it. It has a lot of understeering to it. You can see the motor sits in front of the axle, so all the weight is to the front, so it understeers a lot. It's inherent. As far as the weight, these are tubular. So the front is actually, even though it's a bigger diameter, it's actually lighter than this solid bar, the solid front bar. The rear is, this one's a lot bigger. You can see how small this one is. You can see my finger. So you can see how much bigger the rear is, but that's where it needs it. But when I picked them up, they feel about the same weight because, you know, the rear is hollow. Well, they're both hollow. Front and rear is hollow. They come with these bushings. They feel like they're polyurethane, and they have a Zerk fitting on there. I don't know if you can see that. So you can grease them later if they start squeaking. I've ran a lot of sway bars on my cars, and I've never had them squeak, but good to know that these have that Zerk fitting on them, so I can grease them later without having to take them off. Oh, I did weigh the rear spare, and I was surprised when I weighed it. It was like a little bit over 35 pounds for the spare. This one has a smaller aluminum spare. I don't know if it's aluminum or steel, but it's heavy. It was like 35 pounds, surprised at how heavy it was. The mufflers are the same thing. I weighed those. They're about a little over 35 pounds. So that would be like, what, a little over 70 pounds to remove off of the rear. As far as the front, like I said, when I went stage 3, the stuff, I removed a lot of stuff. It doesn't look like it now, but a lot of the stuff under the car, putting some of the other stuff on, it removed a lot of weight. So one thing I can do to help with the weight distribution is move this battery to the back. And you can see how big that battery is. And I think it's like something like 50 or 65 pounds or something like that. The battery is heavy. So what I could do, if I, you know, remove the mufflers and the spare to help keep the weight distribution, is move that battery to the rear, which will also help keep some of the weight off of the front, but it'll also help keep the weight distribution good. And, you know, I'm gonna go over the car again, of course, and see what else I can take off to make the car lighter. But I looked up the weights of the C6 and RS6, and the C6 Avant wagon was only about 60 pounds or 65 pounds lighter than this car. And I know the front and rear subframes are about what they're around 20 pounds lighter each. So I guess the rest of that weight will come from the these control arm. Well, they call them uprights. The Allroad has steel. The C6 and RS6 are aluminum, and it probably has a little bit other aluminum parts that are lighter to make up that 60 pounds or whatever it is. So with me removing this stuff, this car is already lighter. And like I said, I think I can fit the rear C6 RS6 subframe will fit on this car, just not the front because it's wider. But I can't remember if someone made a bracket or something to fit that subframe on this car. But, you know, like I said, for just 20 pounds, like if I really got serious with this car, then I would do it. I could probably have somebody weld that subframe to fit this car or something like that if I got that serious with it. But I think if I did get that serious, I would probably just put this motor in a newer car like a B7 S4 or something like that, which would be lighter than this car. So, you know, like I said, if I got really serious, I would do that. And then I would upgrade the rods and all that. Probably even go with even bigger turbos to get more horsepower and torque out of this motor. Oh, you can see I also tried out some Polestar Iridium spark plugs. I'm trying those out. And I already got the R8 coil packs and, you know, all the stage 3 stuff. I have a Monster plenum on here, and I also ported it out to 2.8 size, which is bigger ports. And the heads, I port matched them also. So after I do these, I think the only thing I got left now is to put the upgraded bipipe on and the pulley, the crank pulley, the upgraded crank pulley. So the crank pulley is more for protection, but I read that on turbo cars in the mid and upper range, it does give you a little bit of horsepower increase because it's making the drivetrain more balanced. So less vibration. I guess it frees up a little bit of horsepower, but the main thing is safety. So that's about it for now. I would show my work, but I can't find my camera stand. So, and plus I'm trying to hurry up and get all this done before they call me for work. I was supposed to have been off the rest of this week, and they actually called me yesterday to drive to Colorado. But since and this is the car I would have drove, but since I'm working on it, I couldn't drive it, so they were supposed to find a rental for me. They couldn't find one, so that kind of saved me from going. I didn't have to go. I could have just said no, but I was going to do it just to, you know, make the extra money or whatever, because they were going to have me work out there. I would have driven down last night and got down there today, had today off, and actually worked with the crew out there Friday, and then driven back out here this weekend. But, you know, I wouldn't have had any of this done either, but I still would have did it because I would have made extra money. So, but anyway, I didn't have to go. I think they said the boss is just going to go ahead and drive his car out there. So I'll be able to get all this stuff knocked out of the way and go from there. I'll show you guys the results when I'm done. I have the bars installed. They weren't as easy to put back in, you know, as coming out, because you know, you have to adjust it a little bit more, but it wasn't nearly hard, just a little bit harder. I don't know if you can see that, but I have it on the harder setting, on the second, you know. That's on the harder setting. When I read the reviews of these online, I mean, people just raved about how these bars performed on the Allroad, and everyone said just go ahead and put them on the harder setting. And they say that you get the handling, but you don't get the harshness like you do with some other Swaybars. And they also designed this particular Swaybar for the Allroad, so you can still go off-road with it. So they designed all that into there. So you can see I put the Zerk fitting so it's facing down so I could grease it later if I need to. The only thing is this right here, how close the Swaybar is to that. So I don't know if it's going to end up hitting it, you know, when it twists or whatever, but we'll see. If it does, I'll probably, you know, I already took some pictures, and then I'll send them to Hotchkis if I have to, and then just go from there. But they're both on. Let's take a look at the front. Here goes the front bar. On this one, they give you this metal spacer right here. Excuse me, this black metal spacer right here. The old bar set up into this groove. This one gets spaced out for, I guess, for the way they made their bracket. And also what's different is the way they have the end link attached. This one, the way they designed this bar is for the end link to screw directly into the bar. You can see it right there. The lighting's a little bad. Yeah, it screws right into the bar. On the old one, it screws onto the bar. See a little hole right there with the nut, but this one I didn't need the nut, just the hole. The old stock bolt screws right in. And of course, the Zerk fitting sitting straight down, so we'll see how it does. Just go from there. Hopefully it does real well and makes the car corner better and everything handle better. So next, this is coming out, the old stock crank pulley. So I'm probably gonna start loosening the front end, put it in service mode so I can get to it. And I might need to space this fan out right here for the upper bipipe to fit. Because you can see this is the bipipe right here. This one, you can see it, how it's square. The other one is round, and so it's going to stick out a little further, and it might rub against the fan, so I might have to space the fan out. I think there's only 3 bolts, so I might just get 3 spacers to space it out a little bit. And you see I got this boot right here. The other one doesn't. It's all metal, so should flow a little better, give me a little bit better response and everything. So hopefully I have this back up and going soon. And one more thing I had to do was I had a small leak from here today. I didn't know where it was coming from, so when I looked, I traced it up to here. There was a bad O-ring in this coolant temp sensor housing, so I took it out, and it was weird. It was like it disintegrated, so I went and picked up 2 of them and 2 of the tabs just to keep in the car with me for later, because sometimes, like I said, I'm doing these long road trips, and then just going from there. All right, that's it for now. Get back with y'all later when I get the pulley and the bipipe in. All right, give a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all want to see, and I just want to hear from y'all.